Greetings, I am Shawn Redman, aka the cheesily named Darth Shawn, and this week in Star Wars comics we got a new issue of Kanan. The Kanan comic series is winding down right now. We are to the final couple of issues. Here is number 11, and what it continues to do is dive into what makes up Kanan, the character that we see in Rebels or in A New Dawn. How did he get to that aspect? And what Greg Weisman and has been able to do is really get into who Kanan is. I felt like this comic kind of leveled out in the middle of it, about issue 7 and 8, but it's picked back up the last couple, and this one was really strong. This is a really strong issue. We have his master, Depa Billaba, fighting Grievous. We have Kanan, young Caleb Doom at this time, fighting, and facing off, really facing death for the first time in his life. In the middle of a battle, he loses a comrade, the first clone trooper he really has seen die in front of him, a friend, and then, faces his own anger and should he kill, and really his first time facing kind of that darkness. And it is really interesting to see how he reacts to it, and then from what we've seen in Rebels, how he's going to eventually work in training Ezra to react to that. And that's a very interesting thing they did with this. It allowed Kanan kind of to get inside his head and to understand that he really isn't someone who's going to go dark. I know there are theories of how dark he's going to be, but his ability to recognize the darkness and is not willing to go that length. And it's very interesting how he does that in this. And that is something that is just a great credit to Greg Weisman and his understanding of the character and what he does with it in this issue. The art still pretty much stays the same as it has the last few issues. It is a very interesting, a stylized art, especially when you see the Rebels crew in the beginning and the end of it. It's a very stylized look, and I said the first issue, I think it was about issue number 6, where you started to get this kind of art style, and I wasn't 100% sold on it. I'm completely sold. I love the stylized look at it. I love the cartoon element to it, but also the realism that comes from it. It is that kind of perfect mixture, and it's really quite interesting to see these kind of Clone War battles that we've seen from the old, similar to what we saw in the Clone Wars TV show in this, but they're a different type of style, and I like that how it kind of contrasts between the two. The art is really fantastic in this, and it really does flesh out a lot of the characters just with the way they look and the way they act. And then on top of it, how the story comes together with it, and it's a great credit. In the end, I really love this comic. There's a lot to like about the Kanan's growth, a lot of interesting how he interacts with the clone troopers, which we know is very important from Rebels, as well as the earlier stuff. The only complaint I'd probably have about it is, like the last couple, we just aren't getting enough of Depa Billaba, and I wish that there was just more devoted to it. Now, if you read a ton into it, you can get enough from it, but I would love to just kind of understand her even more and see that relationship grow, but I don't think there's going to be enough issues to really see, other than just kind of like, well, this is Depa and this is what she's been through, and this is Kanan as Caleb Doom and what they were through, and they came together, and that's some of the growth. But I would love to see more of that as a whole. But that's a minor complaint. As a whole, this comic series has been fantastic, and it's going to be really sad to see it coming to a close. So what do you guys think? Have you read Kanan? Have you enjoyed Greg Weisman's entire series? What will be, I think, 12 issues by the end of it. Let me know in the comments below. As always, like this video and subscribe to the channel. And I am Shawn Redman, aka the cheesily named Darth Shawn. And may the Force be with you, always.